Okay, so today we're really diving deep into the power of sound and mantras for meditation. We're going to explore this fascinating text called the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra, which I have to say I'm really excited to dig into.
Yeah, this text is really something else. It goes beyond, just thinking of sound as calming music or something nice to listen to in the background. It actually suggests that sound is like this fundamental force. Like it actually shapes reality and ourselves.
Wow, so you're saying that by tapping into specific sounds, we can actually kind of align ourselves with like the universe's energy.
Exactly. And the text really gets into this through this concept of resonance. Have you ever, how a tuning fork can make another one vibrate at the same frequency just by being near it? It's
Yeah.
kind of like that. Chanting or even just listening to certain sounds can actually harmonize our own energy with the energy of the cosmos.
So instead of feeling kind of like frazzled and out of sync,
Yeah.
using sound can help us feel calmer, more in tune, even more energized.
Absolutely. Think about it this way. Imagine you're surrounded by just chaos and noise. It's really hard to think straight, you know? But then you introduce like a single clear tone. It's like it cuts through all that chaos. That's the power of resonance, finding that internal harmony amidst all the external noise.
I like that. That's a great way to visualize it. So the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra also talks about mantras a lot, right?
It does.
Can you explain how those fit into all of this?
Yeah. So mantras, they're more than just words. They're tools for focusing your mind and for channeling energy. It's like when you repeat something over and over and over again. You know how it can kind of lose its meaning and it just becomes a sound?
Yeah, like you're not even thinking about it anymore.
Exactly. Mantras use that repetition to actually quiet the constant chatter of your mind.
Interesting. So instead of getting caught up in like a whirlwind of thoughts,
Yeah.
you're using the mantra to create a clear channel, almost like tuning into a specific frequency for deeper awareness.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And the most well-known example of this is the sound Om. It's considered the primordial sound, the vibration from which like literally everything originated.
Wow.
So chanting Om is like connecting to the very source of creation itself.
That's powerful. Are there other sounds like Om in this practice? Or is it mainly focused on that one?
The Vigyan Bhairava Tantra actually explores a variety of different sounds and techniques. One that you might find really interesting is called Nada Yoga. It focuses on working with both inner and outer sounds.
For those of us who are new to this, can you tell us a bit more about what Nada Yoga is and how it actually works? Okay, so Nada Yoga.
Yeah, so basically Nada Yoga, you can think of it as a practice of really deep listening, like really tuning into those subtle sounds that are always kind of there, both within us and in the world around us.
So like hearing your own heartbeat or something.
It can be that, or it could be focusing on like the sound of your breath, or even external sounds, like listening to the ringing of a bell, or the chirping of birds, even like the hum of traffic.
Wait, you can use traffic for meditation.
It's not really about finding a perfectly quiet space. It's more about learning how to focus your attention on one chosen sound, no matter what's happening around you.
So it's like training your attention to stay present. Even when there are distractions all around you, instead of letting your mind wander, you're using that sound as an anchor.
Exactly. It's about cultivating that deep state of absorption, just like we were talking about with mantras. And here's the really fascinating part. By focusing on these sounds, you're actually creating a pathway to experience something even more profound.
Okay, now you've got me curious. What could be so profound about listening to a car horn?
Well, the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra suggests that by immersing yourself in sound, you're actually taking a step towards inner silence.
Really? So it's not about the sounds themselves, but what lies beyond them.
That's the idea. It might seem kind of paradoxical, but think of it this way. When you focus on a single sound, all those other thoughts and distractions, they gradually start to fade away. And you enter the state of deep stillness, a space where true meditation can actually begin.
So it's like you're using sound as a bridge to reach this deeper level of consciousness.
Yeah, you could say that.
That's really interesting. But how does someone even begin to incorporate this kind of sound meditation into their daily life? It all sounds a bit abstract.
Well, it doesn't have to be complicated. You can start really simply, like with just chanting Om for a few minutes every day. You can do it out loud or silently to yourself, whatever feels right.
Okay, so just start with Om. Are there any other sounds that people could try?
Oh, absolutely. Don't be afraid to experiment a little, Maybe listening to nature recordings helps you find that sense of peace, or maybe the rhythmic chanting of Tibetan monks, It's really about finding what clicks for you.
So there's no one right way to do it?
Exactly. The Vigyan Bhairava Tantra is all about encouraging that sense of exploration and discovery. It's about finding your own personal path to inner peace and deeper awareness. And sound can be a powerful tool for that.
That's actually really refreshing to hear because it makes meditation feel a lot more accessible. It's not just about sitting in silence anymore. It's about actively engaging with sound and using it as this tool for transformation, which actually makes me wonder, if sound could have such a big impact on our inner world, then what about all the sounds we're surrounded by every single day? Are we unconsciously influencing our state of mind with the music we listen to, the podcasts we tune into, even just the traffic noise we encounter on a daily basis?
That is such an important question, because if we really take what the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra says to heart, if sound is truly fundamental to reality, then the sounds that we expose ourselves to, they have to be shaping our experience in ways we don't even realize. Think of it this way. What if your life had a soundtrack? What would that soundtrack sound like right now? Would it be chaotic and overwhelming? Or would it be peaceful and harmonious?
Wow, that's actually quite an image. And I have to admit, my own personal soundtrack could use a bit of work.
Well, and that's the beauty of it all. You actually have the power to change that music. You can choose to surround yourself with sounds that promote peace and focus and well-being.
So it's not just about finding inner peace through sound, but also about creating a more harmonious external world through the sounds we choose to surround ourselves with.
Precisely.
That's a really beautiful thought to end on.
Indeed. Maybe by tapping into the power of sound and mantra meditation, we can all learn to become composers of a more beautiful and harmonious existence.
I love that. Well, on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into sound and mantra meditation. We hope you found it enlightening. And as you go about your day, we leave you with this question. If your life had a soundtrack, what one sound could you add today to shift that music towards greater inner peace? Until next time, keep exploring, keep listening, and keep seeking that inner harmony.